Yeah, the whole politics thing. Y'all see, I gotta take a deep breath before this one. The whole politics thing is strange to me. I've seen some YouTube feeds today of people complaining about all the things that's wrong with America, and pretty much everything the guy said. I don't remember who he was. I think it was Sanders. I mean, everything he said was pretty much true. I mean, he even said some things that I would say about what's wrong with the country. But then he started doing something that I couldn't jump on the bandwagon. He started criticizing the president. Now, this is just my view on that, guys. You know, they say a nation divided against itself can't stand. And whether it's some kind of theater is neither here or there. It's just strange to me that you'll have people complaining about the president, but he's the president. It's like, what's wrong with that situation? Now, personally, I can tell you guys, I've always liked the way Donald Trump has carried himself. To me, he carries himself like he just decided, well, you might as well just be yourself, because people gonna hate you regardless of what you're doing, man. So you might as well just be yourself. I mean, to me, he reminds me a lot of myself. But it's very strange to me when you see people on a podium complaining about the president, but he's the president. It's like, wait a minute, aren't we supposed to be together? You know, together? We supposed to be in this together. But like I said, that's why I don't really get too much into politics, because it could be talked about from on the aspect of it being not theater, and it also can be talked about in the aspect of it being theater. But just baseline, intelligence on my stance on politics, a nation divided against itself just can't stand. There are all kind of books written about America in the future, but I'm not gonna get into that. Um, it's definitely not the country that I grew up in, guys, in the 80s and 90s. That's all I can say. We know. I don't have to sit here and lecture about globalization or capitalism. We all know the story. We all know the story of globalism. We all know the story of gentrification. We know what it's all about. Lately, I've been trying to study in my own mind, how do we get there, and why? Because at the end of the day, it seems like with economics, you only give the people what they ask for. It seems like you're not. It seems like you're just screwing people over. But I told you guys a long time ago, at the end of the day, it seemed like you're only giving the people what they're asking for. So I'm not going to stay too much on this subject, guys. I just can't believe what I'm hearing. We're supposed to be together. What happened to equality? You know what I mean? You got people criticizing the president, but he's the president. Strange to me. It's just strange. I think it's a movie called Strange Days. I think, who's in that movie? Yeah, I may want to check out that movie. It's called Strange Days. Trying to see if anything else I want to say. Yeah, I can't. All I know, guys, is things is a lot different. People don't have manners like they used to. There's no equality even among your own race. People are more selfish than ever before, but this has all been predicted in the Bible, right? I mean, people are more selfish, greedy than they ever been. It's all about me when they wake up in the day. I try my best not to be like that, but what's messed up is that when everybody else is greedy and selfish, it almost forces you to be that way, because if everybody else is trying to step on you, you have no choice but to try to step on them. It's almost like you forced into being a greedy, selfish person. So I just try to look at the bigger picture, man. All you can try to do really is stay healthy, guys. That's my only advice. That's all you can do is just try to stay healthy, body and mind. That's all you can do. If you can do that, you already a cut above the rest. It's not about what you have anymore. It's really about your mental and physical and spiritual health. That's what it's really about now. Maybe once upon a time it did used to be about who had the biggest house, and that was really important, who was driving the car. But these days, these times we living in, it's really about your health. It really is. I hate to sound cliche, health is well, just sound cliche. That's something broke people say, right? Health as well. But no, I'm serious. When you look at all the variables of the time that we living in, and I told you guys, I'm out and about, and people just don't seem to be doing too well, health-wise. Okay, so, but just to close it out, the politics thing is just, I don't know. I've never looked at the president and said, I really don't like that. I've always looked at him as somebody who was just being himself. And it's like, if people want to take shots at him, it's like he carries this attitude like, be my guest. And it's like people hate him more just because it kind of reminds me of myself. Because just to close it out again, it don't matter what you do, somebody's hating on you. So you might as well just be yourself. That's what I see in the president.